Welcome to another week of Coach Speak. I am Peter Schrager. This is Sean McVay. It is Coach Speak presented by Samsung QLED. Coach, another win. Not exactly the prettiest or aerial tack that you want to put on the resume, and yet a victory is a victory. Let's go over that Giants win and what your takeaways were.
I think you just said it. A win is a win, and that's ultimately the goal. And what I'm pleased with is when you really look at through the first quarter of the season, we can win in a variety of ways. And we'd like to be more productive offensively, but I thought the momentum our defense had, and then I think the thing that says as much as anything about this team is, it's like a shooter in basketball. The great ones just keep shooting. Our guys kept firing their shot, and ultimately when we had to be at our best, that's when they were. And thought it was a big play by Goff to Cup, but really that 8-play drive to end up getting a lead on, to go up 17-9, I thought was instrumental. And then, so many plays I could talk about from the defense, but Darius Williams closing it out, unbelievable pick by my man Darius.
Yeah, Darius had a big pick in week 2, and then of course has the interference penalty in week 3 that was questionable, and then week 4 to get the pick. You talk about a guy like Darius Williams, who wasn't a household name. How happy were you for him to close out the game that way?
I was really happy for him, and really that's kind of been par for the course that Darius, since he's gotten his opportunity, he's just made plays. And you talk about the pick that he made a couple weeks ago, Peter, against Philly. What a timely pick that was in a situation we had to have it at the end of the first half. Or really, that was in the second half when they were going in to take the lead. He makes a huge play. It shifts the momentum of the game back in our favor. And then he's a guy that really, it's not too big for him. And you see the elite short space quickness and the ball skills that have both been reflected in those 2 picks.
3-1 again. You've been in this driver's seat before, but yet it feels different. It feels like you guys are really in control right now. Am I wrong just from the outside looking in saying this team is playing really good football, and this 3-1, considering the big comeback in week 3 as the only loss, feels a little different than years past?
Yeah, I think when you look at the entirety of what the first quarter has entailed for our team, I think we're developing. I like the fact, like I mentioned, that we've won in a couple different ways. I thought our defense did a great job yesterday. I don't think that's at all going to be the norm for our offense. I think we can consistently produce at a much higher clip like what the previous 3 games have been reflective of. But I like this team. I like the mental toughness and the resolve of this team. That's my favorite part about it, and that's why I have so much belief and conviction in where we can go from here as long as we do it the right way.
What we do on Coach Speak, we try to get things that are a little different than what you're going to give the rest of the media. I'm not asking for any of the details of what happened after the whistle at the end of the game. I do want to know, though, how you address a team afterwards when there is a brouhaha or something of that nature. Don't need to go into the salacious stuff. I just want to know what the message was in the locker room after that win.
Yeah, I think the message is consistent, is that, hey, we've got to be bigger than some of those things. We can't allow whatever's going on during the game to affect, what occurs afterwards. Because it does take a little bit away from being able to win as a team. But I understand these things occur, and men are going to be men, but we can't ever let it get to the point where it takes away from the way that we want to operate in those kind of situations. And I expect us to have better poise moving forward.
Okay, now we got Washington. Now, of course, you spent a lot of time in D.C. It's where you really got your coaching bones. I'm going to give you some rapid-fire questions going back to your days with that organization. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it. All right. Your favorite win when you were a member of the Washington staff, your favorite win was what game?
I got to give you 2. It would probably be that you liked that game when we came back from down 28-3 against the Bucs. And then, we ended up playing Philly on a Saturday night during the 15 season to clinch the division. That was a pretty special night too. So those are 2 of the ones that definitely stand out from the 15 season.
The one person in that organization that you learned the most from during your time in Washington?
There's so many people that I could talk about. I think I learned from so many of the players. When you go through the trajectory of it, I was there with a variety of different people. I would really have to say, starting out with Mike Shanahan, how good he was. I learned so much from he and both Bruce Allen. Those guys really put their arm around me. It's hard to say Jay Gruden. I mean, when I think about even just getting an opportunity to get this job, Peter, the people that were so instrumental, those are 3 of the people that really helped me out so much. But, learning from the players, the coaches, Mr. Snyder treated me great. I really enjoyed working for him. Our relationship was outstanding, and he treated me really well also.
You lost to these guys your first season as a coach. How sweet would a victory be this weekend?
Yeah, it'd be sweet because it'd be our fourth one. You know, it's amazing how much that roster's turned over. There's only a few guys I know from, being there, about 5 years ago that are still even on the team. So there'll be a couple guys that I'll enjoy seeing, but doesn't mean that we're not going to try to give them everything we got.
All right, Coach. That's all I got for you. You did great. It's always a pleasure. This is Coach Speak, presented by Samsung QLED. Coach McVay, we'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Good to see you, Peter.